For nearly 2 decades, Taylor Swift has been breaking records and redefining what it means to be a global superstar. But as we move through late 2025, we aren't just watching a career continue, we're witnessing a total rebirth. From the ashes of a stolen legacy to becoming the most powerful woman in music history, Taylor has completely rebuilt her world on her own terms. Today on Global Persona Hub, we're breaking down the top 10 facts about Taylor's rebuilt era that will leave you stunned. These aren't just the basics you know from the news. We're diving into the strategy and the heart behind the music. And stick around for number 1, because it covers the deeply personal chapter that fans have been hoping for. To truly understand the scale of this rebirth, we have to go back to the very beginning. Did you know that at just 14 years old, Taylor became one of the youngest songwriters ever signed by Sony/ATV Music Publishing? Even as a teenager, she refused to let others speak for her. She knew her worth was in her words and her stories. This foundation is exactly why she fought so hard to reclaim her work decades later. It wasn't just about money. It was about protecting the girl who sat in her bedroom at 14, writing her heart out. Moving to number 9, Taylor's heart has always been as big as her stadium tours. Throughout the unprecedented success of 2024 and 2025, she made headlines not just for the music, but for her quiet acts of service. She became a legendary figure in philanthropy, donating millions to local food banks in every single city she visited on her tour. Most recently, she donated a staggering $1 million for disaster relief in Tennessee after the local floods. She's rebuilding communities, just as much as she's rebuilding her brand. Next up at number 8 is the reason behind the rebirth. In 2019, Taylor's world was rocked when her former label, Big Machine Records, sold the master recordings of her first 6 albums to Scooter Braun without her consent. For Taylor, this was a betrayal of her life's work. Most artists would have accepted the loss, but Taylor chose to fight. This dispute is the literal spark that ignited the Taylor's Version project, a mission born out of a desire for total creative ownership. To distinguish the new recordings from the old ones, she used a brilliant branding strategy at number 7. Every new release is titled with the specific Taylor's Version suffix. This isn't just a simple label. It's a legal and emotional shield. By branding her music this way, she effectively taught her fans a lesson in ownership. She told them, "If it doesn't say my name, it isn't mine." And the fans listened, making the original versions almost obsolete on streaming platforms and in the eyes of advertisers. As of late 2025, her creative output has been absolutely prolific. Between original releases and her re-recordings, Taylor has now officially released 11 studio albums, along with her massive Taylor's Version projects. She is outworking everyone in the industry, proving that her rebirth is fueled by pure work ethic and a refusal to be silenced. She isn't just surviving the industry, she is the industry. But how do you get millions of people to buy an album they already owned 10 years ago? You give them the vault. By including unreleased tracks written during the original eras, Taylor turned these re-recordings into massive cultural events. These From the Vault tracks are the secret weapon that keep her at the top of the charts every single week. They offer a window into her past that fans never thought they would see, making every re-release feel like a brand new discovery. The industry has officially recognized this era of dominance as a historic feat. Taylor made history recently by becoming the first artist ever to win the Grammy for Album of the Year 4 times. It's an achievement that places her in a league of her own, above every legend that came before her. This solidified her rebuilt era, not just as a commercial success, but as the most critically acclaimed run in modern music history. The Eras Tour didn't just break records, it broke the math. It officially became the first music tour in history to surpass $1 billion in revenue. But it didn't stop there. By 2025, it broke multiple Guinness World Records and significantly boosted the economies of entire countries. Taylor has become a global economic force, a woman who can move markets just by picking up a guitar. In late 2025, Taylor proved she is still the queen of sales. Her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, made history by selling over 2.6 million copies in its very first week, setting a new record for the biggest opening week of the decade. It shattered every modern benchmark held by any other artist, proving that the world is more obsessed with her music now than they were at the start of her career. The Tortured Poets Department is more than an album. It's the definitive statement of her artistic freedom. And finally, the fact that every Swiftie has been waiting for. In 2025, Taylor's personal life took a hopeful turn that mirrored her public triumphs. Rumors of a deeper commitment with NFL star Travis Kelce sparked global celebration, with fans calling it the fairytale ending. She's long deserved. After years of writing about the difficult search for love, Taylor may have finally found her endgame. It reminds us that her rebirth wasn't just about reclaiming her business. It was about finding her own personal happiness and peace in the spotlight. If stories like this inspire you, about resilience, reinvention, and rising on your own terms, don't forget to subscribe to Global Persona Hub. We explore the mindsets behind the world's most transformative figures, so you can write your own comeback story.